you have decided to start a business in Ghana, Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, but you don't even know which of these businesses to venture into. You don't even know whether this business that you are trying to lay your hands on will fetch you a lot of money or will even make your capital to vanish into thin air. And I'm going to show you 6 businesses that you must avoid at all costs, no matter what. Please, no matter what, because the thing will be easy. Not every business idea is a good business idea. That's a fact. Businesses that look more profitable on the outside are actually financial traps. And if you don't know this, you might end up investing your hard-earned money as capital into such businesses, and at the end of the day, you are going to lose. Many entrepreneurs or startups or new entrepreneurs, they believe that any other business is better than not having a business. What it means is that starting any business is even better than not starting. They have a motion or a slogan that they say, slow motion is better than no motion. And that's not always true, because some businesses really require huge capital, deep experiences, and strong systems. So I'm going to take you through 6, just simple 6 businesses that if you try to lay your hands on in 2026 without doing further enquiries and a lot of checks that you must do, I can assure you that you are not going to survive in the industry. My name is Wheezy. If this is your first time, please just follow, subscribe, do what you have to do. Let us grow together. So the first business you must avoid is night or bar business. Many people think that yes, there are lights everywhere, there are music, people are jamming, they are drinking a whole lot. So there are a lot of monies flowing everywhere. That is not the truth. That is not always the fact, because all you know, or for your information, behind the scene, it requires a huge amount of money to start such businesses. Talking about the drinks, talking about security, talking about licensing that you need in order to start such businesses. It is very, very difficult and very, very demanding. Now, even if you have this capital to start a business, such business, because there are a lot of competition in Accra, you realize that even during the week, the rate at which you make sales reduces compared to the weekends. And if you are not that strong in that kind of industry or business, I can assure you that if you want to start as a new beginner, as a new entrepreneur, you must not enter into this business because it requires a lot. The second business you must also avoid is large restaurant business. Food is attractive. Everybody eats every day. As I am talking to you, Charlie, I've eaten, I set it rough. But the thing be say, it is not advisable for you to start large. Many people think that either you start large or you go home. If you want to start a business, you don't just start and look good. You start gradually, because you need to manage your staff. Even the food spoilage. Sometimes, if the rate at which people buy the food, it is not encouraging, you realize that you will lose hope. Food spoilage can also occur. Your staff, paying them is one of the things you must also think about. So if you want to start a food business, don't start as a large, except you have the capital, you can take care of the staff, because this is a new place that you want to start your business. Start slow, start low, but be smart about it. You don't have to just decide to please to the world that, hey, yeah, I know how to cook, so I want to serve everybody in the locality. You are going to end up losing your capital. So the third business you must avoid as a new entrepreneur is importation business without market research. Research is very important when it comes to business and strategizing. Now, if you want to do importation, you need to do a lot of research, because you've realized many people are into importation. So me too, I want to be an importer. A lot of your friends are into importation. So yeah, hey Charlie, there's a lot of money. So me too, I want to. It no be so they work. That's not how businesses work. You must do your research, because if you don't do the research, you must know what the customers want. The demand must be there. Then now you find in the supply. When you do that, you are going to leverage on the demand. However, the opposite is true. If you don't do the market research, you don't know what the people want, you just go and import anything at all because you feel like you also want to be in that kind of business. You realize that at the end of the day, you will have unsold goods, you will have custom duties that, I mean, it's like a debt. These are all factors that you need to consider before trying to be an importer. I am not saying that you or people who are into importation it is not a bad business, but the first thing you must know is to do a research about what you want to do. You don't just wake up and say Kwame is doing importation, Ama is doing importation, so therefore I'm Kwabna, so I must also do importation. You realize that you'll be shocked to your bones, and that will be the end of you in the market. The next business that you must also avoid is the business of the transport business. If you start a transport business with one vehicle, it sounds good, it sounds visible, it sounds interesting that you can manage. But transportation business in Ghana is very lucrative. Yeah, I shouldn't debunk that statement or the fact that transport business is very lucrative, because anytime people are going to work, they need transportation. You realize that now people struggle to get vehicles to their destination, to their offices, wherever they want to go to. But if you really want to enter into such businesses and you are a new entrepreneur, you must consider the fact that prices of fuel will go up, maintenance costs, even the driver's behavior is another factor you must consider. If you don't do any of this and you decide to just do the business using guesswork without any prior information, I can assure you that that will be a danger to the business idea that you have. Because the business idea will be perfect, it will be good, but if you don't consider these things, you might end up losing your capital. And Ghana, generating a capital is a no joke. Nobody should tell you that generating capital to buy a vehicle, to buy a motorcycle, to start a business is on a silver platter. It is not. So if you are able to save and get that kind of amount of money as capital, you must do the due diligence before you start your business. The next business that you should avoid at all costs, poultry farming business. It is important that we must accept that agriculture, poultry farming, is becoming one of the lucrative jobs, one of the lucrative businesses that we can ever have. And poultry farming is also lucrative. You can have few birds that can lay a lot of eggs for you. However, you must consider the feeding management. How you feed the birds, how you feed them is very, very important. The way you feed yourself, the way you feed your pet in the house, it is not the same as feeding a business bird or birds that you are rearing in order to make profit from. There are diseases that are associated with this kind of businesses, and you must know, if you are not able to control the diseases, you realize that all your birds will be wiped away with one strike of a disease. So it is one of the lucrative jobs. You can enter into it, but you must avoid it now. If you are now starting up and you don't have the prior notice, all you can do is that you can partner with somebody who is already into it, because it takes a lot for you to get that business flowing and flourishing and making a lot of money. Because if you have birds, you can sell the birds, you can sell their fruit, which is when they lay the eggs, it is also profitable. But like I said, avoid it if you are new. Avoid it if you don't know anything about such business. Somebody can argue with me, but I must start. There's always a first time to everything. Yes, it is true. But it is also true that if you don't know, you will know. That takes me to the last but not the least, expensive clothing business. I mean, fashion is competitive. Fashion is nice. Everybody wants to look good. As I am talking to you now, I be fine. I want to look good, so I need to get some dresses, some attires to look good. But if you want to enter into such business, you must ensure that you don't just go and start with expensive dresses, expensive shoes. No, start small. There are competitors. Many people don't even have stores or shops that they sell, but they sell from home and online. So you can realize that you are competing with a lot of people. Now, having a boutique, in terms of visible and accessible boutique, it means you need a place to rent. You need a shop to get it running. Now, shops are very, very expensive. The least one you can get is about 1,000 Ghana cedis, or even say 800 Ghana cedis and above, depending on the location. So many people also take about 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, depending on the landlord. Now, you can start from home talking about your products online, promoting it. However, you must avoid this business if you really want to start big. Like you want to start businesses, a shirt that costs about 500 Ghana cedis. The system is hard. Nobody is willing to buy 500 Ghana cedis worth t-shirts. You will get somebody to buy by all means, but it's going to take a lot of time because there are a lot of competitors who are selling the same t-shirt as 150 Ghana cedis, maximum 200 Ghana cedis, others even for 100 Ghana cedis. Imagine competing with such people offering quality dresses but yet affordable. Can you compete with them? So, ladies and gentlemen, these 6 businesses that you must avoid, it is also they are also profitable, but like I said, avoid them because they require huge capital, they require deep experiences, and they require strong system to keep them running. Entrepreneurs must not have at the back of their mind that start big or go home. There's nothing like start big or go home. You can start small and grow fast. Ladies and gentlemen, if you found this video very helpful, I want you to give me a like, subscribe to this channel. My name is Wizzy. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.